What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unborn Podcast. We're in episode number 7. I am your host, Nestor, a.k.a. Next Level OC. If you haven't followed me yet, go ahead and follow me now.
Tap that follow
Today, I'm with a very special guest, making his way from L.A. all the way to OC. I got motherfucking Maur Kii in the fucking building,
going,
bro.
bro?
What's
How you
up,
feeling?
bro? Oh, bro, I'm good, bro. How are you, man?
I'm tired, but it's a good time. It's a good time.
It's a
you
good
know
time.
when you like get done a long, hard day at work and you crack open a beer, smoke,
That's right.
whatever the hell you do to unwind.
Whatever you do.
This is where I'm at right now. So you know what? This is therapy for me. Thank you to you.
No, hey, of course. And I want to give a shout out to JJ and Chapter 1. If you guys haven't checked them out, go ahead and check them out. Beautiful.
Amazing venue. Love it here.
Yeah, bro. We're right here in the beautiful Santa Ana. So we're just going to jump right into it, guys. Maur Kii, I know who you are, bro. I know what you represent, right? But for those that don't know, man, go ahead, introduce yourself, my guy.
All right. So producer, artist, engineer, artist, develop as well. Like you name it, I pretty much do it at this point in my career. But I got my start as an artist. I mainly, if I had to do like a top 3, it goes artist, producer, engineer. But just because I'm to the point where like I'm kind of over engineering, I really just want to produce.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the man of many hats, bro.
Yeah. Too many sometimes. But you know what? If I have many hats, that means many bags.
And you heard it here, bro. You heard it here. Now, and then we're just going to jump right into it, my guy. Now,
Sir.
I know I read a little bit about you, my guy. I know originally you're from Jersey, man. Now,
Here.
yeah. So, and then shout out to Jersey. So, my question to you, bro, is you being from the East Coast, right? What would you say the difference is, bro, in like when it comes to the West Coast and the East Coast? Because obviously you can hear like East Coast shit and then you can hear West Coast shit. What would you say like the difference is between the sounds, man?
As far as sounds, I feel like the West Coast is way more experimental and less tunnel vision versus the East Coast. Like prime example, we just acquired drill as kind of like, even though it really originated
Like UK?
in the
drill?
UK, and then Chicago took it from the UK, but then we took drill from Chicago. So it's just like we have a myriad of different sounds, but Jersey, for example, it's considered a melting pot. We don't really have our own identity. So the thing is, I feel like the East Coast, we started off very boom bappy and we had an identity, but over the years we've lost it. Whereas like no matter how many years, decades, eons go by, the West Coast has always had that signature sound,
Yeah,
that
it
signature
has.
look, everything.
Yep.
So, and again, I love the East Coast. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like as far as like having a strong identity and sound, it's just the East Coast is kind of a little, it wavers a little bit more versus like from the traditions, from the type of kicks y'all use,
Yeah.
the synths y'all use, all that stuff. Y'all are very intentional with your sound out here. So I will say that.
And then I know that you talked about these many hats, man. The artist, the producer, the engineering, man. Like,
Yep.
when was that point, bro, where that was that calling, where you heard that call, where you're like, you know what, this is something that I really want to do? Let's start with producer first. Like, how did you get your ideas from there? And then let's go into engineering and then artist.
So it's funny. The thing I want to do the most now, which is produce, was the thing that I still to this day find isn't my strongest bag, so to speak.
Okay.
As far as production, like I got serious about it literally like maybe like the last 2 years.
Okay.
So I'd start off like, what was the program I used to use? I think I started off using Logic because of school. And then from there I progressed to Ableton. I just stuck with Ableton. Now I'm very loop based. I can play chords, yada, yada, yada. I won't spare you all the musical shit. But I'm still more of a loop based producer. But the thing is, I've been around the right people, so I know how stuff's supposed to feel so that it feels like it is being played. It feels more organic versus it sounds just like the same loop for 3 minutes straight.
Do you think you got to change that, like, depending on the artist that you're working with, bro?
Oh, yeah. The sound, as far as producing, always has to change. You want to, if it's a canvas, right? Let's say the artist is the canvas, right?
Yeah.
Blank. You have to paint it and give them an identity. But at the same time, you have to make
I
sure it
love
fits
that.
within that canvas. If
I
it doesn't
love
fit that canvas, then you're really just throwing paint at the wall and seeing what sticks, which isn't necessarily wrong. But again, and I want to make this probably like one of few words that I repeat throughout the entire podcast interview. Intention. Being intentional.
There you go.
You can throw paint and throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, but be intentional with what you're utilizing to throw. Because if you're not intentional, then you're really just playing the guessing game.
That makes
And
sense.
I ain't got time to be sitting here playing the guessing game.
No, yeah,
So
absolutely.
for any artists that do want to work with me, obviously, if you don't have anything out, cool, whatever. But at least have like a reference. Like, I pull inspiration from this artist. Cool. So I know, okay, cool. Here's my reference. You like Whitney Houston. All right, cool. Let me listen to some Whitney Houston. Let me figure out what makes Whitney Whitney.
Gotcha.
Because just like this artist needs to figure out their sound, someone had to figure out her sound. She started off R&B and actually went pop.
Interesting. Shout out to Whitney though.
R.I.P.
Damn, bro. Okay, so you talked a little bit about the producing side, bro. Now, does that kind of mix with like the engineering side, bro? Does that
100%.
go hand in hand?
100%.
And then after that, like talk about like you being Maur Kii the artist, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because I know that you mix your sounds a little bit, you have help a little bit, but
Yeah.
how
I'm pretty much involved at any point and every point in my own music. Even if I don't full out do the entire thing myself, if I don't full out produce it, if I don't full out mix it, I at least like set the stage for the next person that's going to touch the record. Especially if I'm paying you, I'm going to make sure it sounds to whatever I want it to sound like, and people are more so polishing it off versus they're doing like the Levy Hifty, so to speak.
do you have your talking about that, bro? Do you have your team, bro, that you go to, especially when it comes to your particular music, compared to like you working with other artists, bro? Right? Is there a certain team that you have, bro, that only touches your music, or are you open to
So-
like other people touching your music as
Shout
well?
out to Next Dot Wave. That's a little production company that I'm putting together. I'm going to get a jacket for them too at some
Oh
point.
shit! There
But,
you go.
So recently, I just started letting other people help me write.
Okay.
Now, anything you've heard, it's pretty much all been all me. I haven't had anybody help write. I cut all the vocals and record it. I do the premix, and then I'll send it off to a different engineer.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty much been all me. But to speak on the engineering going hand in hand with the production part.
Yeah.
So engineering is how I've been making most of my money over the last year and a half, let alone the last 10 that I've been really doing this shit. Because growing up, my dad would record us, but then we got older, we wanted to start cursing, so he was like, y'all got to figure it out. So I've always just been that guy that knew how to utilize whatever I needed to utilize to get the job done. So fast forward to now, shout out to BOE, Harmony Samuels,
Shout out to BOE.
super producer, Ariana Grande, Keisha Cole, Fantasia, yada, yada, yada.
All the ones that are.
Pretty much the
Yeah,
cream
yeah,
of the
yeah.
crop.
Yeah.
I was head engineer. When I head engineer, let me make sure because I don't want them to get pissed off at me.
Don't come after
I
us.
was, I was the head. I was the head and most frequented recording engineer because I was the new guy.
Okay.
Pretty much. So once I interned there, showed them what I got, they trained me up, and every time we had a session, I was that guy. So as far as engineering and producing going hand in hand, the reason why I know how shit's supposed to sound sonically is because of my engineering, from a vocal to like the beat itself. Because
Yeah.
engineering requires vocal producing. It requires making sure the beat and the levels of the beat are tamed. If they need to be polished, EQ'd, compressed, all that technical shit, that's your job. So when you're making the beat as a producer, if you know a little bit about mixing, and I'm not saying you got to be a whiz kid, you don't have to be a guru, you don't have to be a pensado or anything, but if you even know a little bit, that kick that you don't know why it's not hitting the way it's not hitting,
Yeah.
you'll have that knowledge in order to get the hit. So then instead of you having to think your way through a beat, it's just going to flow naturally because you can be like, okay, cool. I have the meat and potatoes, but how do I kind of like polish it
Exactly.
and make it really
Yeah.
hit the way I want it to hit? And that's where the engineering aspect comes into play. So,
Damn.
yeah.
And then what would you say the most difficult part of your profession in that is, bro? Like, is it
Engineering wise?
everything,
Or as a
bro?
whole?
As a whole, bro.
As a
What would you say would be the most difficult? Is it like working with the artist, bro? Is it finding the sound? Like, what would you say would be the most?
People
Oh,
are the
shit.
hardest part.
Ah, and they
Because
always
you can
say
know your
that,
job
bro.
100%, but
Yeah.
there hasn't been one session to this day that I haven't had a curveball thrown at me that I had to figure out. Whether it was between a scale of 1 to 10, whether it was something on a 10 to where I damn near had to like remake whole beats or re-record whole songs, or something on the scale of 1 to where like, oh, my plugin isn't working that day. So let me just go into my account, make sure I made my payments on time, type of thing. Hey, real engineers know you don't. Something goes wrong with that payment, Antares, Waves, whatever you use,
Whatever you're using.
if that payment don't come out, and you go in your little session and you press on that plugin that's doing that cool little thing you made it do,
And it doesn't work.
it's inactive.
So make sure that you guys do your payments.
Hell yeah. Or better advice, own shit. Don't do subscriptions. I hate doing subscriptions. It's like Netflix. That shit comes out and you don't even realize it's coming out half the time if you're not on top of your shit.
Bro, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about just owning your shit instead of just
Yeah,
using
own the
subscription.
plugins. They're more expensive that way, but once you have them, you have them.
Exactly. And then my next question, man, is what kind of artists, bro, do you like working with, man? Is there like a particular genre that you like working with, bro? Like R&B? Is it more rap? Is it more pop? Like,
So my what's that phrase? My bread and butter
there you
is
go.
working with rappers,
Bet.
just because that's just how I came up. Plus, I was a rapper, so it's just like now I can't lie. As much as I used to hate, I won't even say hate. I found it difficult working with singers because they require a little bit more effort on the engineering side.
Okay.
Which,
I can see
in
that.
reality, with me being the transparent person I am, it made me realize it's not that they're difficult. It's just I needed to learn more in order to make it, as a whole, less difficult, the experience working with singers. Because you have very dynamic singers to where, like, they'll damn near spike and distort.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then it sounds all crunchy and then, like, the quality just sounds horrible. But then you have those singers that, like, they have the really airy,
Very
whispery tone.
soft, yeah.
But it sounds really pretty, so they're famous. You know?
Like, speak up.
Exactly. So I enjoy working with singers now because being at BOE, again, shout out. That was
Shout
like
out
a
to
boot
BOE.
camp, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out to BOE. It was a boot camp over there, man. Because at the end of the day, you didn't know who was coming in that day 9 times out of 10, and you just had to be ready for it.
That makes sense, bro. I mean,
It's like life.
Yeah.
You don't really like. When we get done with this, I
Yeah.
could literally knock on wood. I could walk out to my car and get in an accident.
I mean, God forbid, hopefully
forbid.
not, bro. But that's what you're talking
But
about. Anything can
life
happen.
throws curveballs
Yeah.
at you. Are you going to be a bitch or are you going to rise to the occasion?
And you can't be a bitch, at least personally speaking, like, especially when you're trying to do something different, especially if you're trying to strive for something. Being a bitch doesn't really help, honestly. So, completely understand
How
what you're
bad
saying.
do you want that thing you tell people you want?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And then I want to go into your life a little bit more, my
Yeah,
guy.
feel
Now,
free,
let's
bro.
talk about your music, bro.
Yes, sir.
Now, where would you put yourself, bro, when it comes to categorization, especially in your genre, bro? Like, where would you put your music? Where would you put yourself, man?
I call my shit pop rap.
Pop rap. Shout out to
Pop rap. Now, obviously on DSPs, I put my shit in either hip hop / rap category or R&B / soul. But if you had to ask me, and I had to tell you what I would label it per se, pop rap, because I have the fun melodic catchy shit, but then I have like the rappy cadences, and I'll slide a little like metaphor or bar in there, so to speak, as well. So I feel like I blend multiple worlds. I blend rap, I blend hip hop, I do blend R&B in there.
Yeah.
But my shit's pop too, because it's bright.
Exactly.
Like Emoji Love, it's a bright, happy song.
Yeah.
Technically, that's in a pop space.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing with my choppy flows and cadences, that's rap and hip hop. But then when I'm holding those elongated notes, that could be considered R&B, especially with those backgrounds in there. Like, she's in the peach, that's in the eyes. Like those backgrounds and shit, those are R&B backgrounds.
Interesting.
Those are very R&B
And
backgrounds.
Are those like plugins, bro? Or is that
Based off of how they sound?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes and no. So that's why I was bringing up vocal production earlier as
Yeah.
well. I vocal produced all those myself. So you
Shout
have
out
to
to you,
have
bro.
to have an ear and study music so you know where certain vocals and backgrounds and ad-libs can fit. So they're still in pocket and they don't clash.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, the plugins help shine it up, make it sound
Of
good.
course, yeah, 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 a
Or
little
if
bit
I
of
want some
polish.
crazy ass effect, or if I want to make it feel like I'm in a stadium, just turn the reverb up. Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But as far as like the placement and choices, that's on me. That's on me.
Yeah. And then, bro, I don't know if you ever got this, bro, but like,
Talk
I
to
just
me.
want to talk about like how we met, bro.
Yeah.
I know that. So I don't know if you remember, we met at the Tsunami party. Shout out to Tsunami, man.
What up, Tommy?
It was in Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
So at least a song that got me.
Was it Liquid Zoo?
Liquid Zoo.
Yeah, Liquid Zoo.
bro, Liquid
Yep,
Zoo.
yep.
So shout out to Liquid Zoo.
Yes, sir.
Now, the song that really got me interested in you, bro, was
Make
Money,
Money.
bro.
Yeah.
Make Money, bro.
Yeah.
Now, that was my song, bro. Like,
Make Money is like a baby version of Emoji Love to me.
what? And so let's talk about that, man. Like,
Yep.
what was the story behind Make Money, bro? Because that's one of my favorite songs that you've done, and that's the one that really
Appreciate that, bro.
captivated me. So talk a little bit about that, man. What's the story behind that?
So I'm an Aquarius. So I'm an overthinker, and I hold myself to a very high standard.
As you should.
So I was in a weird period where I was just busy. I couldn't really record as often as I wanted. So I was like, let me make sure I still got it. Let me make sure I keep my pen sharp, yada, yada, yada. So I find the beat on YouTube, which to this day, hook up with a producer, have them cook up for you in person, because legal stuff can get very messy if you're using BeatStars and YouTube beats and you don't know these producers personally. But that's a whole different conversation. So I was in that little stint, wasn't really confident, wasn't feeling myself, wasn't in my bag or whatever. find that beat. I'm like, okay, I've never made anything to this type of production before. It kind of got a little bounce to it.
There you
Okay,
go.
well, okay. So then I'm making it, record the melodies and shit. And that was another one I slept on for a couple months. And then I started playing it for people and just started going crazy. So then I did what I did with Emoji Love. I performed it, got more feedback.
Testing it out.
It's like throwing, when you go fishing, you're throwing the line out with the bait on it and seeing who's going to bite on it.
Yeah.
Or how big the game is that bites on it. So it was really one of those, it was me being in the gym, so to speak.
Okay.
I was at the crib, was feeling down. I was like, I need to make sure I'm getting my reps in musically.
There you go.
I started shooting my shots. And I made it, and I got to make money.
Now, tell me about the music video. For those that haven't checked it out, go ahead and check out the music video. Like,
And it's on Vivo.
there you go. Like, what was the whole story behind the video, bro? Because I know you're in a diner, right? Where I'm like, these guys that are coming in, bro, I don't know if they're here to rob the place or not, bro. But, yeah, talk a little bit about that, bro, about
So
the music
the
video.
storyline for Make Money, excuse me, the storyline for Make Money basically just is we're in a diner, and then all of a sudden dudes come in trying to hold the place up. Now, to dive a little bit deeper, the concept behind the song itself is love doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah,
yada,
exactly.
yada,
And
yada.
you say that, yep.
So it's just like it's literally the living embodiment of that. I'm in there trying to work my ass off, trying to take care of the family, kids, all that shit. Working at a diner, they come in and they're just like, nah, fuck all that, fuck all that. So they get the money, run out, and then I'm just left there distraught, wondering how the fuck am I gonna be able to take care of shit now? I'm over here trying to be head over heels with a woman, yada yada yada. That's in the bar. We get held up. Love ain't about to take care of this.
Nope.
Love ain't about to replace this money that the company needs.
Exactly.
Love ain't about to replace my check that might be in danger now because they don't have the money from those sales made that day at the diner.
Yeah. So that's a whole concept, man. Now, I want to switch it up a little bit, man. I want to talk about the industry a little bit, man.
Go for it.
I know that you've been in the industry for quite some time, my guy. Now, what do you think success looks in the industry, man?
What does success look like in the industry?
Yeah. What would you say success
Not to
looks
sound cliche, but success is whatever you imagine it to be. Success for me
I like that.
is being able to put out music and it resonate with people. And I also be able to feed my family off of that shit. But not only just feed my family and get by, because that's the thing with a lot of people. They're like, I just want to get in this game of music so I can feed my family and make sure they're good. Okay. So that's it. Because that to me is like a flat line. Like you're stable, you're cool, you're consistent. I want to create generational wealth with my music to the point where my kids' kids can choose to work versus having to work. Because I'm going to keep it buck with you. I don't make the most money off of my music. Do I make some? Yes, cool. But is that like my main source of income? No.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So I'm in a position where I have to work in order to get by and attempt to be successful and succeed in life. I want my kids to have to choose. They can choose, okay, I'm my own boss. Do I want to go in the office today? Type of situation. So success for me in the industry is just being able to create generational wealth, but also leave my imprint on generations so I can give spiritual wealth back to the world as a whole. Because every single song, whether it's surface level or not.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, Make Money and Emoji Love versus my earlier like rappy rap stuff, like it's surface level shit. I'd rather make money. Love doesn't pay the bills. Like,
exactly.
But there's still a sentiment in every single song. Now, is it going to be the deepest fucking sentiment ever? No.
No.
Because sometimes, that's not what the record calls for.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's a whole nother conversation.
Exactly.
But some songs call for the deep message. Some songs call for the be happy and have fun. So, yeah, generational wealth and just affecting generations and leaving my imprint and just, one day my kids can look up and be like, oh, yeah, that's our great-great-great-grandpa.
Exactly.
He did X, Y, and Z, which is why we're able to do what we do today.
So just based on that answer, man, I can definitely tell that you're not into for the bullshit, bro. You're into like actually creating great music.
Quality, bro.
Quality, exactly, bro. And not that many people can say that, bro. exactly what you were saying, bro. Like, yeah, you have some artists that can say like, oh yeah, I'm doing it so I can take care of my family, bro. But it comes with all that shit, exactly what you were talking about. Because if you're just thinking surface level,
That's all you're gonna get is surface level.
that's all you're gonna get.
If you think, let me put it like this: if you think Dollar Tree, you're only gonna have a Dollar Tree. If you think McDonald's franchise, you'll get McDonald's franchise.
Yeah,
You're as big as the. You're as big of a, let me make sure I'm wording this right. You're as big as the box you allow yourself to be put in.
I love that. Did you guys hear that shit? Did you guys hear that shit? Cause
You're as big as the box you allow yourself to be put in.
there you go, bro. And then, so talking about that, man. Now, you being Maur Kii, man, the artist, man. Do you prefer to be independent, bro, or do you prefer to be signed, man? Talk a little bit about that.
If I had it my way, I'd do like a joint venture or like a distribution deal.
Okay.
Basically, because the thing is, being independent, it's a hell of a lot of work.
Of
But
course.
while doing all that work, you're guaranteed 100% of everything, as far as you dictate it. If you wrote, produced, mixed, promoted the song, all that money's gonna come back to you. If you have a label, guess what? You might see like 5% of that, maybe only 3%. Depending on if they're fronting all your studio time. If they bring in a bunch of songwriters and producers, then you have to split with all those songwriters and producers. So each has its pros and cons. One's a little bit more hard work with a little bit more reward that you can create residual income from. The other one, you're gonna have the glitz, the glam, the fame, and how the people are gonna like want to work with you and stuff. But financially, you might not be in the best pocket for a couple of years, especially if you're not one of those people that have the mindset of coming into money and knowing how to handle it. Because some people, they dream of hitting the lottery, right? But they don't know what they do once they have the lottery money.
Exactly.
Or they're not training themselves to know how to properly spend that money or at least save it once they do acquire it. You get me?
Yeah.
So pros and cons to each, but personally, I'd have a distribution deal or joint just because it'll allow me to dictate more things and have more creative control.
Yeah.
Therefore, I could still stay true to myself in the artistry.
Bro, I don't know if you know this or not, bro, because I know that you mentioned writing the song, producing it, engineering it, all that. How many categories of stream of income can you get? Like, because I don't know much, bro. All I know is, like, at least the people that I know, when it comes to buying their beats, they buy it unlimited, right? And I know that 50% goes to whoever produced it, and then 50% goes to the artist.
Yeah.
Is there any other streams of income that the people want, that need to know, just in case they decide to produce, engineer their own music?
So this is a very broad but not broad conversation topic. So I'm gonna answer it in a couple of different ways.
There you go.
So as far as getting the most bang for your buck in whatever amount of money you invest in it, I would say the best route to go to allow yourself the most income from it, do it all yourself. It's going to suck. It's going to be a headache. It's going to make you want to rip your hair out, but do it all yourself. Or at least, if you're going to do it with a team, make sure it's like-minded individuals and that you handle the business up front. So that way there's no splits missed, or if there's a agreed upon percentage of splits, because you can go anywhere between 100 to 0 on a split with somebody. Now, if you're on the up and up, you're a decent human being, you'll probably at least give them 50%. Like you said, if it's the producer and you're the artist and there's no other songwriters or other people involved, cool, whatever. Now, as far as extra streams of income, if you want to be an engineer and see the most stream of income, you either have to be really good at mixing and have a lot of clients. You have to be really good at, or be really good at recording and have a lot of clients. Engineering is a very clientele-based, entrepreneurial type of job in this industry because you're your own business. Just like if you are independent, you're still your own business as an artist. But as far as engineering goes, if you want to have the most income maxed out, more clients, the better. Producer-wise, it's kind of the same thing. The more clients you have, the better. Now, if you're trying to be a one-man band, one-man stop shop, learn all those things, do it yourself. But you're going to drive yourself crazy.
How did you get that, bro? How did you stay so disciplined with, like, your work, bro?
I can't even say it's music-related. My parents just raised me right. I ain't even gonna cap. 'Cause my dad's from the South, Augusta, Georgia, and then my mom's from Jersey. But they always kind of just raised me with the mentality of, as elementary as this is about to sound, treat people how you want to be treated, show respect, and then, give people the gun. And if they shoot themselves, they shoot themselves. I also was in the military, so that kind of like doubled down on me just being like hyper-focused. But I'm also very prideful as a person, so it's just like I don't do anything low scale. And if I do it low scale, or if I get into it low scale, the outcome's going to be very high scale. So a lot of it's just to sum it all up, whatever morals were instilled in me as a child.
And shout out to mom and dad, bro.
Mama Key, Papa Key. Love y'all.
And brother, I know that you mentioned the military, man.
Yes, sir.
What are some attributes, bro, that you got from the military, man, that you still use it in life, and then that you use it in your music career, bro, that you can speak about?
This is going to sound pretty fucked up, but I don't really care.
Say it, bro. Say it.
Put yourself first. Take care of you first.
God damn.
Don't put others before you. Unless it's family or they've shown you that they deserve to have that reciprocity in the relationship. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people will show you different sides of themselves, and the only thing you can expect from people is for them to be themselves. So everything I do that involves other people, I always take it with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, people are gonna people, so to speak. Another attribute I could say is being intentional, which being at that studio I was at, shout out BOE again, that like tripled down on being intentional because my parents taught me about being intentional in everything I do. Then the military has this whole mindset of do everything that you do to the best of your capabilities, because otherwise you're just selling yourself short, wasting people's time, and wasting energy that a lot of people don't have a lot of the time because you don't know everybody's situation, especially when you're doing like group and team activities, yada, yada, yada. If you slack off, your slack could get somebody killed, military-wise.
Military, yeah.
Granted, depending on what type of stuff you get into as a civilian, it could technically apply there too. It could apply there too. I don't know. You playing Call of Duty or some shit, and you're just having an off day or some shit, and you're playing online. You know, you could get somebody killed online.
So, would you say that you're very careful, man, on like, I guess with the people that you work with, bro, the people that you connect with, like?
Oh, I'm super selective.
Okay, there you go.
My
Yeah, talk
circle
about that, man.
is-
Yeah.
My circle is as small as the dust on this table, bro. Like, no cap. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't really move with the same morality as you, so to speak.
There you go.
And
Yeah, bro.
I've been in several different rap groups. I've been around various groups of people, and I just feel like this year's probably been the best of all the years I've been in California, where I've found my tribe, so to speak. People that are like-minded, that some of them go a little bit harder than me, which is making me
Push a little bit more.
push a little bit more and progress, even
course.
like vocally and stuff. I was just having a conversation with my boy Brian Allison. He did the bass line that we hear on Emoji Love.
Okay.
I was just having this conversation with him. Like, when you surround yourself with people that are either better than you or just as good but have a higher drive to excel, it makes you do one or two things. It makes you either want to top that energy,
Exactly.
or at least match it,
Yeah.
or it makes you want to stay stagnant and get comfortable. And then you're going to try to do all this stuff to – it's like when you have an injury and you're about to fight somebody, you haven't fully healed, right?
Yeah.
You're probably going to, like, baby that side and
Of
try
course.
to guard it instead
Exactly.
of keeping your guard at your face.
Exactly.
So we're going to do all this stuff to try to compensate for your Achilles heel, where you could just man the fuck up, nut up, whatever you want to fucking call it, and train yourself to either work through and heal or become better. Because when you start babying yourself, you're really just doing yourself a disservice, and you're not going to actually see any. You won't elevate. It's like being in an elevator. You're just going to be stuck.
Bro, do you see that more with, like, I'm a millennial, bro. Like, I'm 29, right? Do you see exactly what you were talking about not being a bitch and then just do whatever the fuck you need to do with our generation, bro? Have you ever spoke to, like, the younger generation, bro? Like,
All the time.
Yeah. How, can you talk a little bit about the difference, bro, in the mindset
Anybody,
that you experience?
So what is it, Gen Z? That's what
Yeah,
they're called?
Gen Zs. Shout out to Gen Zs, but
We love y'all, but y'all were born with iPads.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. Y'all didn't have to get out the mud. Y'all weren't up till 2 a.m. printing CDs, making T-shirts and shit, and trying to sell them on a corner for $5 just so you could afford to even further invest. That's what's crazy about us, bro. We literally do stuff just to get the bare minimum to afford to do what we really want
and
to
we
do.
expect the bare minimum at least.
Exactly. We don't expect handouts. That's the
don't-
problem
exactly.
with them, too. A lot of them like, oh, well, I've done enough work to where I should probably just be handed this. No, motherfucker.
No.
No. If you think you getting a handout, stay the fuck away from me, which is why my circle is so small. Yo, like, I work 7 days a week, no matter what off days I have with my main source of income or what.
Yeah.
Because there's always something that needs to get done. There's always a fucking bill.
Yeah.
There's always something you can do to progress and better yourself. There's
Yeah.
always something you can do to progress your circle and people around you.
Yeah.
There's always something you can do to better progress the way of life for your family, bro. Like, I don't stop working, which is probably a bad thing, but
I don't think it's a bad thing, bro.
it depends on perspective, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As long as you're giving yourself the pat on the back every once in a blue moon, and you look yourself in the mirror like, look, you're not where you want to be, but you're working towards it and you're progressing. I don't care if it's just an inch of progress. I'll stop and give myself a pat on the back. Now, I won't get comfortable or complacent
There you go.
or start acting like my shit don't stink.
And that's what it is, bro. Yeah. And
People
that's
get
what
complacent.
Yep.
They get to a certain
comfortable.
status, and they're like, oh, I've never been here before. Let's get comfortable.
Let me explore around this bitch real quick.
It's like going to like Bed Bath & Beyond or some shit, and you're trying all the beds or whatever, looking at the carpets, looking at towels and shit or whatever, right? Like, okay, cool. This one's $19.99. I can afford this. Cool. But then you see the one you really want. That's like $100 or something like that, right? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna settle, or are you gonna take what you can get right now, but still make sure you're working towards to get that what you
There you
really
go.
want? So there's nothing wrong with settling. I hate the fact that people have a negative association with settling. Settling, it's a perspective thing.
It is a
for me.
perspective thing. Yeah.
Sometimes it's not settling. Sometimes it's knowing what you're capable of and owning up to that, holding yourself accountable.
Oh, bro. A lot of people are allergic to that word.
Accountability.
Accountability. Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
a lot of motherfuckers
No,
like
yeah.
that, bro.
They are, bro. And for me, I've seen some artists, bro, that are younger, bro, but it sounds fucked up. And this is coming from me, like, they don't understand, bro. They don't understand the type of work that needs to go into this. Yeah, we have SoundCloud. Yeah, we have all these distributions. Yeah, we have all this shit. But it doesn't defeat the fact, bro. Like, you have to go out there, bro. You like, especially if you want to perform. Which and we'll talk about that in a bit. Like, if you want to go perform, bro, like, you got to go to the venue, bro. You got to talk to the
You need to be
owners, bro.
outside.
Yeah, you need to fucking do all this shit, bro. Unless you don't have a team or whatever, bro. Like, you got to
And
fucking
even
do
if
it.
you have a team, honestly, this has always been my perspective. Especially, again, I keep talking about it, but shout out to Harmony Sammons. I learned a lot while I was over at BOE. If you have a circle and you're not the hardest working person, you can't complain about the amount of effort they put into whatever's associated with the work you assign them.
And it may fucking make sense, bro.
If I'm waking up at 5, the rest of y'all should be waking up at 5. And if you're not waking up at 5, you better be waking up at 6 or 7 and ready to put in the same amount of work I'm about to. We all have the same 24 hours. What are you going to do with it?
Hey, let me ask you this. It might be a little personal, bro.
You
Not
good.
a
You
lot of
good.
people don't want to talk about it, bro.
You
Like,
good.
would you say, like, it's easy for you to fucking, like, cut off people who are not in the same mindset as you, bro? Because
It's always hard.
Like, me personally, I cut off a lot of people, bro, just this year, because they weren't in the same frequency, bro. They're not in the same mindset that I want to do. Is it easy for you, bro, to cut off those people as well, bro?
So once I'm at that point where I realize I need to, it's easy to do it. Now, the build up to that's always hard, especially
you
if it's
go.
someone that I have history with or that I grew up with or have known for X amount of years.
Yeah.
That's always hard because they have a special place in your heart, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
is their purpose serving your purpose? And it's not even to be like on the stance of, oh, what can I get from this person to benefit myself? It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that, but
Sometimes it is,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be like that. It's really just like, okay, is this person really for me? Is what they're doing or how they move benefiting my way of life? Because as we all get older, and you just said you're 29, I'm 29 too, bro. It's like as you get older, you have to realize everybody's not for you, and everyone staying your friend and staying cool with everybody isn't always going to benefit you.
Yeah, bro.
And it's funny because I actually posted about this on my little close friends and shit.
Yeah.
The closest people I've had falling out with, all from the East Coast, or they're of an East Coast mindset.
So there is a difference, right?
People out here, they're more welcoming, and since a lot of people out here aren't actually from out here that I've met, majority, or at least 50%, because the other 50% are usually assholes, have the mindset of I'm not from here, so this has to work. I don't have a plan B.
Shut
So
up.
we have a different sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And that's my issue, too, not to go off on a tangent.
No.
A
You're
lot
good.
of you motherfuckers don't have a sense of urgency or you lack professionalism. You motherfucker watching. You lack
Are
professionalism.
you fucking hearing this shit?
You lack professionalism. To this day, bro, I don't care if it's an interview for a security job, if it's for a broker.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up in a button down and a tie, if not a suit jacket. and my resume printed out.
Because that's the way that we were.
That's how we were raised. That's
how
how we were programmed.
Yeah, exactly.
We were programmed
bro.
like that.
Yeah, and I understand that, bro. Oh man, it's hopefully you guys are taking notes, bro, because this shit, like, bro, you guys really need to get your head out of your ass, especially if you're trying to do something when you're not even in music, just anything in general, just anything in general, just life.
Everything takes effort, bro. So why you think you don't have to put any in? Like,
that doesn't make sense.
That's
bro.
my issue with a lot of people.
Make
I won't
sense.
even say like a specific generation because I've met people from a wide range of ages.
I got you.
And shit, bro. And I've met people that are older than me that I have more of a way better work ethic than. I've met people that are younger than me that have been pretty much spoon-fed technology and they still don't know how to set up an Instagram.
Trip out, bro.
Or an Instagram ad even.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that.
Yeah. I get you on that.
And what does it all fall back into? Effort. Okay, if I don't know how to do these things, am I going to put the effort in to figure it out?
For me, bro, I mean, sometimes I see it with my people, bro.
Yeah.
That have that victim mentality, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always blame it on something else
That's
instead
the
of
thing,
themselves. Yeah, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? How can you say that shit?
The world was created for me to struggle.
Like, bro, I don't get
Like,
that shit. What?
There's a homeless person literally outside right now who probably just felt bad on their luck one day, or they had like a series of events that just fucked them up, but they're still at least trying. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I have a weird like perspective on homeless people being out in California now because a lot of these motherfuckers choose it, but we ain't even gonna get into that.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah. That's
a whole nother
podcast.
conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation.
But it's just like there's people out on the street trying to figure their shit out, and they can humble themselves enough to beg for money. Now, whatever they do with it, so be it. But if they can humble themselves enough to at least try to go get that job that they didn't really want to do, but they know it's going to get them a little bit closer to where they want to be, why aren't you doing it?
Exactly,
why can't you just pick,
bro.
especially with technology like your phone, bro? That's a whole library right there.
Bro, you can do everything
It's
out of
a
this
library.
motherfucker. Yeah,
It's a library of knowledge.
but most people don't see it like that, bro.
But people don't want to do the easiest thing, which is usually the first step, is just pick up your phone and try.
I would say, bro, it's more knowledge, right? Like, if you don't have the knowledge, bro, I don't think people are going to push to do whatever the fuck they want to do, bro. But, like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, we give them the knowledge, bro. Like, bro, I bet you there's apps in here, bro, where you could just record your music, bro. Boom, boom, boom. You don't even need a microphone, bro.
You don't technically, to this day, you don't really need any gear to make music. Now, quality? That's when we get into specifics. That's when it gets a little tricky.
Exactly.
But at the bare bones, like if you're really just trying to see if you have and you're just really trying to figure it out, there's like 1,000 different apps. Like some of those apps have people on it that will give you beats for free. And they won't even ask for splits. Like the beats are just sitting on the app.
Like, bro, there's no fucking excuse. There's no fucking excuse anymore, guys.
And
like,
if you have an excuse, you're just a bitch.
No, but that's what it is.
Stop your bitching and get to work, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
like,
bro. Anyways, enough. We're not gonna talk about you bitches anymore, bro. But we're gonna switch the conversation.
You.
But, bro, I want to talk about a little bit about your performances, bro. Because I know, again, when I saw you, bro, I saw you at Tsunami Party, and your performance was dope, bro. Now, what are your top 3 performances, bro, that you could remember, bro?
There's one from Art from the Heart that I did back in December.
Okay.
That's probably my top one because that was like my second time with a live band.
You were talking about that, bro. Talk about that shit with the live band.
Again, shout out to Brian Allison. I don't remember if the homie Dave was the drummer or if he got swapped out that day, but whoever drummed that day was nuts. So it's just something about hearing a record performed live, right, with the 2-track and whatever is already out on streaming versus like you're hearing that live instrumentation.
Exactly, bro.
It elevates you as a performer and just like if, executed properly.
There you go.
It brings like a whole new life to the crowd, bro.
Yeah.
And it just can like pour so much into you and just have so much come out of you in your performance. It's life changing for me, bro. Because I performed Emoji Love at that show, and it went nuts. And you know what's crazy? Like,
I bet, bro.
And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro.
Keep it 100, bro.
Technically, they messed up my set.
What?
So the drummer was off initially, but the thing is, and that's what it's about when I say being a good performer. I held it down. I was like, all right, we got this, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I played it off like a champ, bro.
That's right.
And then
That's
I went
right.
back and killed it.
Yeah.
And I had all these people coming up to me like, bro, Emoji Love is the one. Bro. And
yeah.
not one person mentioned the fact that the drummer fucked
That they
up.
fucked up.
And we had to
Bro,
restart.
Holy shit. But I'll let you finish it with
You good.
the performances, and then I'm gonna ask you this question. But
You
so
good.
that
Don't
was your
forget it.
no,
Don't
I got you,
forget
I got you, bro.
So second show, that's probably out of my top 3 performances. Ventura. It was out in Ventura.
Okay.
Kevin Gates. We opened up for Kevin Gates.
Holy
I was
shit.
part of this rap group called CCVO. Shout out to Young Dean. He
Shout
put
out
me
to
on
them.
when I got out to the Central Coast and shit. It was my birthday. So
What the fuck?
to give you some context,
Yeah.
we were trying to show up flashy, pull up in a limo. We got there literally with enough time to do one song.
Oh shit.
Now, my
okay.
boy, he looked out. So the
Yeah.
way our group kind of worked was he was technically the face.
Okay.
So he's the one that got us the shows, and then we'd help sell tickets so then we could, perform our songs with him
I
and
got
stuff.
you.
Cool.
Yeah.
We earned our earned dues. Cool. Showed up late. And I actually got to perform my song. He was like, bro, it's your birthday, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, go perform
Go
your
perform
song.
your song. That's
A
right.
Majestic Theater? Is that what it's called? Ventura Majestic Theater? I'm gonna look it up. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's the something Ventura Majestic something.
Okay.
But yeah, it was my birthday, and we were trying to be them niggas. We were trying to be them.
They pulled up in the limo, bro.
We pulled up flashy. We looked good, but
That's right.
I performed my song, got off the stage. We had a whole 15, 20-minute set, and we only got to do one song.
Yeah.
But it was my song,
That's what
and
I
the
was-
crowd
yeah.
fucked with it.
There you go.
And then Kevin Gates came on shortly after. So you know what? That's
Dope
it
shit.
was my birthday, bro.
Dope
And that's
shit.
probably if not the largest crowd, maybe the second largest crowd. I gotta jog my memory a little bit, but. And then third would be the first time I performed with a live band. It was at this spot on Hollywood Boulevard,
Damn.
at a spot called the Library. So yeah, they had a live band. Forgot After Church LA. That's
Okay.
what it was called. After Church LA.
Okay. Shout out to them, bro.
Exactly. So I think I did 3 or 4 songs, and I was with. Launchpad's still a thing, but that was when we were kind of prime Launchpad,
Yeah.
all of us ganged up.
Gang over here.
And so the way it worked was they start off with the 2-track,
Okay.
and then I think it's after 30 seconds to a minute, they pull the track out, and it's literally just you and the band,
Oh shit. And then everything is just
and it's all live after that.
damn dope
The
shit,
vocalist, it's if you have background
Yeah.
singers and all that shit, it's them, and then the band, bro. The DJ just pulls the track completely out, or at least to the point where it's low to where if you don't know your shit, it's gonna show.
bro. And you cannot fuck up right there, bro.
Nope. And I think the venue, honestly, or at least the space we performed at, let's say that's the stage where that wall's at.
Okay.
And then this would be the area where the crowd was at. So it wasn't even that big of a venue, but it was there's enough people in there, and it was
Yeah.
some it's Hollywood, so there's still cream of the crop people in there.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
still had to do your thing,
Yeah.
But it wasn't the biggest, but it was my most memorable because that was the first time
very first
I
time.
realized if I could perform with a band every single time, I'm out of here.
Fuck. Bro, the fact that you remember that it's your first one, I don't think any artist would forget their first time ever performing, bro. So the fact that you remember that shit, shout out to you, bro.
Appreciate you, big dog.
So check it out, man. This is the question that I've been wanting to ask,
Talk
bro.
to me nice. What's up?
Let's talk about Emoji Love, bro.
Yes, sir.
Now, going back to what the other person was telling you about, Emoji Love might be the one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, bro, I've heard Make Money, bro. I heard other tracks, bro, but I think Emoji Love, bro, it's that summer jam, bro, right? Do you think by the end of this year, bro, do you think Emoji Love is the one that might take it to the other level, bro? Or
Well,
what do you?
I'm pushing that till
Yeah.
next year. So I might give you all the birthday pack because every year on my birthday, February 8th, I drop throwaways or Lucy's, and I just put it
I
on
got you.
a little project called
Yeah.
the birthday pack. I got 1 and 2 out right now on streaming services. Peep that. Peep
There you
that.
go. Everything's gonna be in the description below, guys.
Exactly. But I'm pushing that till next year. So first of all, y'all better just get used to seeing hella content for it because I ain't put all this money, do all these shows just to drop the record and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
As far as did I think it was the one?
Yeah,
No, because
bro.
I slept on it for a year and a half.
Oh, fuck.
I have a
bro.
post showing me breaking down the song from conception of me doing melody passes and everything. I think the date said 2021, 2022.
Damn, bro.
So the record's if not 2 years old, it's at least a year old. So I'm pretty sure it's 2 to 3 years old. So no. But again, that goes into to bring it full circle. Me being an overthinker, being an Aquarius. I didn't, and on top of that, at my core, I'm still a rapper. So all this she at the beach, that's that. I was I'm just that shit's cool. But would I want that to be what I'm remembered for, as far as my artistry and aesthetic? Hell no. But it is a fun little bop, and it represents a side of my artistry, which is why I still put it out.
Of course.
Same thing with Make Money. Is that what I want to be represented by as a whole? No. But that is a pocket, a little bag, a different side of Maur Kii that makes Maur Kii.
Bro, and this is just me, bro. I don't know what you guys feel. I don't know if you guys checked out his music, but for me, bro, I don't know if I told you this, bro, but you have that element, bro, of Devon Terrell, bro, and Trey Songz, bro.
I appreciate that.
For
dog.
me, bro.
Never got that. Either one of them.
And then every time I hear
but that's a high, like that's high praise because Trey Songz just do like he's still, he's still him.
Yeah,
but
he's still him.
In his heyday, like he was a problem.
bro, he was fucking.
He was that guy.
But bro, you have both, bro. Like I don't know if you follow Devon Terrell.
Oh yeah,
you know what I
definitely.
mean? Yeah, bro. Like
Help Me Devon, all that shit. Yep.
Yeah. shout out to you, Devon. Like, yeah, bro, you have those two elements, bro. Like, would you say, bro, that you're gonna continue bringing that little bit of both rap and R&B, bro?
Yeah, that's always gonna be a staple of the sound.
Okay.
Like production wise, that might change. Like I can guarantee y'all, the next project that I'm working on and shit, it's night and day to all the shit that you've heard recently. Not to portray the sound that I've accumulated over the years, but it's just time for a shift. And now that I'm stronger vocally to where I can actually like all out sing shit a little bit better, with a little bit of help, sprinkle some auto-tune on there.
Just a little sprinkle.
Call a spade a spade. I use auto-tune. I don't give a fuck. Everybody does. Your favorite singer does. I might have recorded your favorite singer, and guess what? I do. I put that auto-tune on, and I crank it up depending on how well they can sing.
Yeah.
You feel me? But there's a shift coming, and just know that it's still going to embody my message and me as an artist. The sound just might be a little bit different. But at the end of the day, the message is never going to change.
Bro, talk about your writing style, bro. Like when you're writing, right? When you're writing your music, bro, is it more emotional, bro? Is it more memory? Is it like, how is your writing style when it comes to creating music?
So now that I'm working with other people, as far as my recording and writing process, we do melodies first after we pick out the production or we create the production.
I got you.
We lay down those melodies. We structure those melodies. So we piece them together like, okay, this is going to be the melody for the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, so on and so forth. Then we write. Now, originally back in the day, I'd literally just sit there, do a line. Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Record. But it works out well doing that, but it just doesn't feel as cohesive now for me. Versus if I have proper structure prior, it's like a coloring book for kids, right?
Okay.
You already got the picture. You're really just coloring it and making it look pretty.
Exactly.
I feel like it's less work that way. If I lay down the blueprint.
I didn't even think about that, bro. Interesting.
If I lay down the blueprint, it's less work on my brain. And then, because you're a creative regardless, bro. Whatever you do outside of doing this podcast, it's easy to get stuck. So if you don't have anything to inspire or to go off of, you're digging yourself into a bigger hole every single time. So I lay that blueprint. I follow the blueprint. I might deviate from it a little bit, but I always have something to go off of. Versus trying to pull inspiration out of my ass out of thin air.
And that's what I was gonna say, bro. And I never thought about that, bro, because at least me, when I've been featured in tracks, they just send me the beat. I just go and lock myself in the garage, bro, and then whatever just come to mind, I just fucking boom, boom, boom. But I never thought about like structuring my cadence, structuring, how I'm gonna go in this flow, when I'm gonna cut, and like most likely I'm gonna try that shit out, bro.
Yeah. Now, trial and error. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. So my other question to you, bro, I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
You good.
Who are some artists, bro, that inspired you to get into music, bro, or inspired you to kind of get that that melody, that flow that you got, bro, with the rap and the R&B?
So as far as who I study in R&B, growing up, I was heavy on like Luther Vandross, Sam Cooke.
Shout out to
Donnie,
Sam Cooke.
Donnie Hathaway. A lot of y'all ain't. I'm really about to date myself. So fuck all y'all Gen Zers and shit. But whatever. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. Shout out to Ray, bro.
I got a woman way over town.
Yeah, bro. See, bro, I don't know if they still listen to that shit, bro.
The only way they listen to that is probably if they listen to Kanye's, Gold Digger.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the problem with music nowadays. It's just like, as much as I love when people flip and technically like remake stuff, it's just like, you got to realize what you're doing to the music is you're making it become harder to really pay tribute to the OGs that made it originally for it to get flipped into whatever it's become now.
Exactly, bro.
But yes, R&B, those are those guys, and I'm probably missing a couple, but
Just to give us an idea.
Yeah, just give you an idea. And then as far as rap, I can't cap. Shout out to my cousin Jake. He got me into battle rap.
What?
Which is why, like, even that I do the sing-songy, catchy stuff.
Yeah.
You might hear a little bar here and there.
Bro, we hear bars all the time.
So it's just like I slide them in there from time to time. You feel me? I get them in there. But Loaded Lux, Sue Surf, Murder Mook, Rum Nitty. As far as like artists, rappers, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, KRS-One, Battle Cat.
Damn, that was great, bro.
Rap. Kanye, Drake, of course, but that was like obviously as I got older because I was part of that age group that kind of grew up with Drake and Kanye
same,
and all these cats.
Yeah,
you get
same.
it.
Yeah.
Nas as well. That's the majority. That's the majority because I can't lie. I have to like really give a hats off to battle rap because the reason why I pick certain pockets now is from studying them because they don't have any music, but they're still doing cadences and they still have to pull schemes off and setups.
Yep.
Sometimes they'll have like a 2-bar setup to go into a 2-bar punchline. Like most people take 4 bars just to do a setup for the next 4 bars in the first place.
Exactly.
So the fact that these dudes are using like 2 bars, which might only contain like 2 or 3 syllables, it's nuts to me, bro. It's nuts. Now, production-wise, Timbaland.
Shout out to Timberland. Shit.
I'm heavy on Timbaland, bro.
Bro, this guy, goddamn. Yeah.
Kanye again.
Yeah.
Just Blaze.
He's a fucking genius. Just Blaze is a genius too, bro. Damn, bro.
Let me dig a little bit deeper so people aren't like, he's just saying all the popular guys.
I mean, but bro, this is because this is his style, bro. This is what he got. Like, you can't. What the fuck? These people can't fucking say anything. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
Who else? Some people, production-wise. Swizz Beats.
Yeah, he's another
Of course.
great, bro.
Who else?
Scott Storch.
Yes, to a degree.
I got you.
Because he had his era in like the early 2000s, and I feel like the problem with a lot of the early 2000s music is like it sounds like it's from the 2000s sonically, like the way they would select sounds and stuff like that, so on and so forth. I'll think of some later, but that's the majority. So production, R&B, and rap, that's pretty much it.
Bet. Bro, I know that you talked about that you're a man of many hats, bro. Producer, music artist, engineer, all that, bro.
Yes, sir.
Tell me how, for those that are any of those hats as well, how is your work-life balance, bro? Like, how do you balance work time, and then how do you balance your life outside of that, bro?
Trash. I wake up every single day telling myself, you need to make more time for you.
Simple as that.
In all seriousness, it is that, though. Because you got to realize, even learning how to balance everything is a job within itself.
It's
because
skill,
then you
bro.
have to set time aside for yourself. And shout out to all my loved ones. They tell me every fucking day. They're like, bro, you got to make more time. You got to chill. Like, we respect your work ethic and your hustle, but you're going to burn yourself out. And I've gotten, not even close, I've done it. I've burnt myself out to the point where, like, I'm falling asleep at the wheel, getting into accidents, so on and so forth, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, you need to be careful, bro.
So, trust me, I've learned my lesson, bro.
Yeah,
Even, what was it, yesterday? I got a nap in before I started working on some stuff. So, it's difficult, but it's necessary. Because when you have a work ethic and drive that's through the roof, mentally you might be where you want to be work ethic wise, but you have to realize, like, eventually your body ain't gonna be able to keep up. And if you burn this out and this out,
Then you're
there's
fucking
nothing
done.
left.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you just did all this work, put in all this work to be remembered as that hardworking motherfucker that never had a chance to reap what they sowed, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's a balance, but it's a necessary evil, because if you don't, you're literally going to be doing all the work to not accomplish anything anyway.
And then, bro, my last question to you. Well, second to last question, man. Like,
Yeah.
what can you tell the young people, bro, who are trying to get into the music industry, bro? It could be producing music artists or whatever, bro. Like, they're trying to get in the industry. What would be a message that you want to give them, bro? Or something that you wish someone would have told you going into this industry? What can you tell them, man?
I think I might either 2 or 3 bullet points. One, don't fake the funk. If you want to do this as a lifelong career, put in 10 trillion% of yourself into it. You need to drown in whatever you're trying to make your career. Like, be obsessed. If you're not obsessed with it, you don't really like it as much as you think you like it.
Damn.
So that's my first one. Be obsessed. 2, know that if you don't come from money, you're going to need to make money. See what I did there?
Hey. Touche.
but if you don't come from money, or if you don't have access to a large sum of money, and you legitimately want to be in this for the long haul and make it work and pop off, if your goal is to be Drake, you need to have Drake money. And if you don't have Drake money or a way to get the Drake money, you need to have whatever work ethic and drive Drake had to get there. And to round it all off, do everything genuinely. Don't do things because you feel like you have to do it, and don't do things because you want a fake sense of security or popularity. It's like, yeah, if I do this, then I'll be noticed by this person. They'll get me this. Like, it doesn't work like that.
I get you.
It doesn't work like that, bro. Go in for a genuine reason. If the reason why you want to make music as a producer, artist, engineer, whatever the case is, because you want to leave a lasting imprint on the world, do that. But if you're in it because you want to make a quick buck, do that. Go ahead. But guess what? You're not going to have the longevity you think you're going to have. You're going to get that, whatever that X amount is or amount of zeros you try to claim. I won't even say that you won't do it, because your drive might be crazy. You might do it. But guess what? You're going to get that money, and then you're going to be like, so what now? Because you didn't plan for longevity. You can't have longevity if you don't plan for longevity. So.
And y'all heard it here, bro. Y'all heard it here. So officially, the last question, my guy.
Yes, sir.
What is something that you got going on, man? Is there any projects, bro? Anything that you got cooking up for the people, man? What can you tell them?
Everything's Emoji Love.
If you guys haven't streamed it,
stream it, watch it, all
go.
that. But what I will say, which is actually going to be some news that's going to come up next month. So we have an open verse challenge coming in October. So anybody that's been wanting to remix it or get on the record, I'm giving you an opportunity. I think I'm gonna do like top 3 to 5.
Okay.
Whoever has the best verse, I'm gonna put it out, and I'm gonna give you a split of the original record. So then every time that gets streamed and the new version gets streamed, you get a cut. And then on top of that, and I wasn't gonna announce this, but fuck it, just so some of y'all can get ready for it.
Yeah, right here.
So the acapella, which is literally, for people that don't know what acapella is, it's literally just my vocals, no production.
Yeah.
I'm doing a DJ/producer challenge for Emoji Love. So September 1st is when it starts.
September 1st.
The acapella will be live via all streaming platforms, DSPs, all that. Spotify, YouTube, you can download it, stream it, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Again, best 3 to 5. Whoever makes the best remix, I'm putting it out, you're getting a split. So I'm giving everyone an opportunity to become a part of this rollout.
Dope shit. If you guys heard it here first, yo. And
I give you the exclusive, my boy.
I appreciate that. You guys are not going to get this anywhere else, man. Like, bro, the fact that Maur Kii is doing that for you guys, bro, that just shows the amount of love that he has for this music, bro. And yeah, bro, trying to give people another opportunity, bro. Not that many people can do that, bro. Not a lot of artists do that, bro. So I appreciate you, bro. Get on it. Is there...
Pay it forward, don't pay it back.
Shit. And if they wanted more information, bro, where can they go?
So Music is Key is all of my social handles across, except for YouTube, it's just Maur Kii. Same thing with Facebook, it's just Maur Kii. Anything else is going to be Music is Key. And then my fan page is Everything Key. That's going to be the channel. And then Everything is Key is going to be the fan page on social media. So
all right.
Follow your boy. I'll follow back.
There you go. Follow up. So, and then we're going to end it right here, guys. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you, Maur Kii, for stopping by, bro. Always, bro. Now, if you guys haven't followed me, go ahead and follow me, Next Level OC. If you guys haven't followed my merch page, Unborn Music Shop. Now, if you guys haven't followed the photography or the videos, bro, it's Unborn Music Productions. Go ahead and follow that. And I do have another channel under Business Mindset. Go ahead and check it out. So if you're an electrician, plumber, whatever industry that you're on, definitely hit me up. I would love to hear your story. And I just opened a Rumble channel. Those are going to be a little bit more exclusive, a little bit more uncensored. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
I sent her a ride, she replied on my way coming, yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Who got the keys to the DM? That's me. Boomerang on repeat. She sent